At a time in the world where it seems like the future is more uncertain than ever, precarious than ever, and for many people even more hopeless than ever, you might wonder if putting time and energy and effort into understanding spiritual experience is really worth it. Well, first of all, we have to recognize the stakes are high, and the answer to this question is not small, because now more than ever, what we do as nations, as cultures, as communities has a far-reaching effect. I don't think people are necessarily much different than they used to be, and I don't think that the old days were necessarily much more peaceful. We had crusades, and we had wars, and we had greedy emperors and empires and pharaohs and the whole deal. What's different now is that when we have horrible leaders or dangerous scenarios in cultures or between nations, the impact affects far more people. The nature of our technology, our communication, and all the other things that we are capable of now exaggerate and exasperate the power of poor decisions. And this includes environmental issues, economic issues, social issues, gender issues, the whole deal. We now live in the age of scale and globalization, and years ago people wanted to understand what the problems of globalization might be, and most people thought they couldn't really be much at all, since how bad can it be if we all get bigger markets to sell to, and if we all have larger communities to connect with and learn from? Sounds like a win-win. But in the end, what we've discovered is that while all these things are true for the better, they are also all true for the worse. And that means we need to change the way we decide, the way we treat each other, the way we plan, and frankly, we have to find ways to move beyond the system that has created the imbalance and the danger that we are facing today. And that's not a small statement. Any system in which characters like Trump or Putin or Bezos can succeed and excel in the way they have is innately a broken system. Any system where sexual predators and misogynists like Harvey Weinstein, and I'm going to say Trump again because a lot of people forget the recordings of him talking about how he views women and treats women. I think this can't be neglected. Any system where white, sexist, chauvinist, racist males can succeed is a system that has rewarded that behavior. And that means that we don't just need to call those men to task, it means we need to call that system to task. So these are just examples of the kinds of big issues we need to face. And spiritual experience has always been that placeholder in culture where people remember directly, powerfully, evocatively, provocatively, that we are more than we think, that our decisions do matter, that our lives do matter, that we are a part of the web of life, and that we must choose in a way that reflects love and compassion and connectedness. That's what spiritual experience reminds us. That's what spiritual experience empowers us to do. And further, it's a placeholder to say that we cannot live or thrive in a world where we forget the subtle, the emotional, the sacred, the symbolic, the artistic, the creative. We need all these elements of humanity, along with technology and science and economics and so on, to create a better future for us all. So please check out the book, Spiritual Experience. Please consider the role of spirituality and spiritual awareness in your life, and maybe, just maybe, we can turn this around together.